hard was this season for you?
It was tough. You know, it's so hard to keep stuff a secret. I didn't want people feeling sorry for me or anything like that. Like, I just wanted to go out there and compete and, you know, I give my all.
Through triumph and heartbreak, family is the constant for D'Onta Foreman. Growing up in Texas City, Texas, D'Onta and his identical twin brother Armonte, born 12 minutes earlier, did everything together. How inseparable were you and Armonte?
Very. We would sleep in the bed together, and he would always put his arm around me.
When I would go check on them, it was so cute because they were all hugged up and legs were tangled and arms were everywhere. It was something that they had been used to since, you know, birth.
How competitive were you and your brother growing up?
Oh, man, we were very competitive. We had so many arguments and fights about who's the best.
Who's the best at what?
Everything. Like, it didn't matter. We would argue over simple things like the leftovers or, you know, the front seat of the car. We wanted to be the one, at the end of the day, who won.
Starting at age 6, that competitiveness found a natural outlet, the football field. But by high school, Armonte emerged as the more sought-after prospect. D'Onta was overlooked as the other Foreman, a throw-in to signing his brother.
I would let teams know daily, like, you know, both of us are coming. And if you don't get him, then you're not getting me.
You made that clear to teams.
Every one of them. Every one of them.
The brothers ended up at the University of Texas, where D'Onta went from being the afterthought to the Longhorn star.
D'Onta Foreman rumbling free. D'Onta Foreman across midfield.
All while closely guarding a personal secret.
Handoff. Runs, touchdown, Foreman. And he rocked that defense to sleep.
You scored a touchdown, and what did you do?
I rocked the baby. Yeah, I was like that.
But the commentators had no idea.
Yeah, no idea.
What didn't people know?
My child, he was born, I had a son that was born like the third game of the season. He was born premature. He was born at 15 ounces. He wasn't even a pound.
D'Onta's girlfriend, Carissa, was just 23 weeks pregnant when she gave birth. On September 16, 2016, D'Onta Foreman Jr. was born.
I always dreamed of having a boy and naming him after me and, you know, just seeing him grow, you know, just, you know, loving him.
That was, I think, the tipping point for him. I think the birth of his child opened his eyes, and from that point on, you know, he went on a tear.
The new father struggled to balance the best season of his college career with his newborn son's fight for survival back home.
The doctors told us everything was good, he was stable.
He was a fighter, you know, he would like fight and he's gonna make it, like everything's gonna be fine.
The baby spent 50 days in the neonatal intensive care unit. But the night before D'Onta's November game against Texas Tech, his son developed an infection in his intestine.
I got a call, and they said that that things weren't going good, and that he probably wouldn't make it. I just remember being in my...
How'd you play that Texas Tech game?
My best game of my life. Very best game of my life.
Why do you think?
It was just something about that game. It was like, I'm doing it for my son. I'm leaving it all out here.
D'Onta Foreman inside the 10. He's over 300 yards, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas.
After the game, D'Onta and Armonte made the long, solemn drive from Austin to Texas City.
D'Onta called me and asked, you know, what's going on?
What did you say to D'Onta?
That his son had passed. And I told him he had passed within that hour.
I really didn't know how to feel. I was like, numb. I was driving, I was crying while I was driving. You know, I was crushed. I was so hurt. Like, you know, I felt like, you know, something was taken away from me before I really got the chance to experience it.
Still to this day, I have no idea, you know, how he was able to shoulder all the things that was going on.
Playing through grief, D'Onta went on to win the Doak Walker Award as the nation's premier running back. And when he had to decide whether to declare for the NFL draft, he turned to the person who's always been by his side. What guidance did you give your brother when it seemed that it was time for him to declare for the draft?
We kind of had a serious conversation, and I told him this was always our dream. I was like, go live out your dream.
As D'Onta looks ahead to his professional career, he's also preparing for his personal dream. He recently found out Carissa is pregnant again.
I'm excited, but I'm worried. I'm worried about, not having to go through that same situation again.
So what's the due date for the baby?
September 16th.
D'Onta Jr.'s birth date?
Yes, ma'am. He'll never be replaced, never can be replaced. But to have another baby on that same day, I hope it happens. And I'm going to do everything I can to make my name, as big, or our name, as big as it can be. He won't be forgotten by me.